I'm back. Okay. We were going to start chapter 7. Glasses. Let me turn this light. I can see a little bit better. Okay, here we go. Glasses. You like my hat? Bad hair day. I like it. Every day for me is bad hair day. Anyway, we are going on chapter 7, and it's called, as I get comfortable, Stinky. What? It's called Stinky. Okay. Mr. Scary put our elephants on his desk. He did a side at May and me. Then we went to the board, and he thought for a minute. Okay, you two, I'm going to put your friends on our thankful list. But I am not happy with the way you behaved just now. We will definitely talk about this later, he said. I don't know if he went like that, but that makes it more and emphasis. Roger looked over at us. Welcome to the club, he said. Mr. Scary frowned at him. Then he added our elephants to the list on the board. All right, number 7, Philip, Johnny Bob. Number 8, Police Sergeant Chuck. Well, he said, this slip might not win us a pumpkin pie, but it certainly is unusual, isn't it? I smiled and nodded. Yes, I said. Plus, we don't even care about the pumpkin pie. Remember that? Pumpkin pie makes us vomit. Oh, Lord. Mr. Scary looked at me. Yes, I do remember that, Junie B. But thank you for mentioning it again, he said. Not a problem, I said. Just then, Lenny waved his hands real urgent. Oh! Here's a little pumpkin pie trick I learned last Thanksgiving, he said. I don't actually swallow the pie. Instead, I just keep it in my mouth until my grandmother thinks I swallowed it, and I spit it in the sink. Mr. Scary closed his eyes. Good to know, Len, he said. Lucille jumped up and did a fluff. I have a pumpkin pie trick, too, she said. First, I put the pie on my fork. Then I plop it on the rich, expensive napkin that is on my lap. And then I skip it to the kitchen. And I give it to our rich, expensive chef. She did a few more fluffs. I guess fluffs like that. Like After that, I don't know what happens to it, she said. Then she spun herself back into her chair. Well, she doesn't eat it. All of room 1 thought for a minute. Then the other children started calling out pumpkin pie tricks too. And so Mr. Scary quick held up his hand. Stop! Please, boys and girls, I get it. I get that you don't like pumpkin pie, he said. It's just that I don't want anyone to be disappointed if we don't win the contest. All of us looked around at each other. Then Herbert raised his hand. But see, we think that you're the one who is disappointed, Mr. Scary, he said. May said that you hate our thankful list because we're not being thankful for the right stuff. May popped up on her seat. I tried to get them to change it, Mr. Scary, she said. My mother, Miss Mary Murky, made us a brand new thankful list. You would really like. But everyone wanted to stay with the Nipsey Doodles and exploding biscuits. So if it's their fault if we don't win the disgusting pie for you. I looked at her real angry. I would like to explode a biscuit on your head right now, I said. Then everyone laughed, except not May, plus not Mr. Scary. He did a glare at me. Whoops, sorry, I said. That was very too harsh. It was very too harsh. What? No wonder I can't speak English. Mr. Scary turned back to the class. Boys and girls, please believe me. I will not be disappointed if we don't win the pumpkin pie, he said. I promise. He paused for a second. Then his face got a little smile on it, and he made his voice real secret. Shh, don't tell anyone, okay? I don't like pumpkin pie either, he whispered. Room 1 got very quiet then. Ah! All of us started laughing at once, because sometimes teachers are just like normal people, almost. Mr. Scary looked at the clock. Okay, everyone, I think we have time for 2 more thankful items before lunch. Who would like to go next, he said. Shirley raised her hand. I would, she said. I have been waiting to show this all morning. Then she quick stood up and she reached into her thankful bag. She pulled out a box of sausages, she shouted. I am thankful for sausages. What are sausages? Mr. Scary raised his eyebrows. Sausages, sir, Shirley? Sausages are little sausages snacks for dogs. Oh. And last year when my dog Stinky got sick, he wouldn't take his pill to get better. So my mother stuck his pill in sausages. Ah, well, that makes sense now. And then Stinky ate them. Stinky? Why you name your dog Stinky? Oh, Lord. And he got better, so sausages saved Stinky's life. Oh, whoa, said Herbert. Wow, said Lenny. That is a powerful sausage story, Shirley. I know it, she said. Get it made into a major motion picture. Starring Stinky. After that, she passed around a sausage snack. Ugh. I wonder if they smell. Plus, also, she passed around a picture of Stinky. Mr. Scary went to the board and he wrote number 9, sausages. Then he winked at Shirley and he added number 10, Stinky. Shirley beamed from ear to ear. All of room 1 beamed too. The day was getting happier. Chapter 8, 3 squeezes. 3 squeezes. Mr. Scary checked the clock again. Okay, it's time for our last thankful item before lunch, he said. Shirley's sausage story was so nice. I'm wondering if anyone else has an animal you're thankful for. Sheldon hand shooed up like a rocket. I do, Mr. Scary. I have 3 animals I'm thankful for. And guess what? I got my picture taken with every single one of them. He quickly leaned down to his thankful bag, and he started searching through it. He stopped and glanced up, and here's the part that you're really gonna love, he said. All of the animals are Thanksgiving animals, Mr. Scary. All of them are turkeys. Turkeys. Mr. Scary looked happy at that news. Turkeys, he said. No kidding, Sheldon? That's great. I know it, said Sheldon. My Uncle Vern has turkeys at his house. He took pictures of me with 3 that I love the most. Mr. Scary smiled real big. This is perfect, Sheldon. I didn't even know that your Uncle Vern was a turkey farmer. Sheldon looked puzzled. He's not, he said. Uncle Vern and Aunt Bunny live out in the woods. He did a pause. They moved out there to get away from the law, he said. Mr. Scary cleared his throat real nervous. Yes, well, that's fine, Sheldon. But that story is none of our business, he said. Well, I think it's our business, he shouted in a loud voice. I think he should be arrested. All of our eyes turned to May. Her face looked shocked at us. Don't look at me. I didn't say that. It was him, she said. Then she quick pointed to Police Sergeant Chuck on Mr. Scary's desk. Mr. Scary rolled his eyes, very annoyed. He told May to button her lips. She started to sputter, but. Mr. Scary snapped his fingers at her. Then he returned back to Sheldon. Please forgive the interruption, Sheldon, he said. I really can't wait to see your turkey pictures. I've seen wild turkeys when I've been hiking. I've never seen close enough to get a picture. Really? Said Sheldon. That's odd. It's easy to get turkey pictures at Uncle Vern's. He brings them right inside his camper. Mr. Scary's face went funny, but he didn't say any words. Then all of a sudden Sheldon found the pictures he was looking for in his thankful bag, and his whole face lit up. I found them. Here they are. Oh my gosh. Here are the pictures of me and my 3 favorite turkeys at Uncle Vern's, he said. There is a picture of the kids, and I don't think it's going to be a good picture because they're all like, look, I'm going to show you the picture. Uh-oh. They're shocked. They see what happens. Oh my gosh. He took them out and put them in order. Number 1, Gary Gobbles. Number 2, Harry Gobbles. Number 3 is Larry Gobbles. He smiled real big at that one. Larry was from last year, he said. He's the turkey I love the most. He jumped up and held Larry's picture for all of us to see. Look, everyone. See him? See Larry? We leaned in closer. Then all of our faces went funny. Plus Mr. Scary's face went funny again, too. Well, this isn't what we expected, Sheldon, he said. This isn't a picture of a wild turkey in the woods, is it? He did a hard swallow. This is a picture of a cooked turkey on your plate, and you're eating it. Oh my gosh. Sheldon nodded real happy. Yes, he said. I know. At Thanksgivings, we take pictures of the delicious turkeys we have loved and eaten. And this is Larry from last year. No wonder they were shocked. Look at those faces. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness, that is so funny. He looked curious at our teacher. Don't you take pictures of your Thanksgiving dinner? He asked. I did, for some. Mr. Scary thought a minute. Well, yes, now that I think about it, we do, Sheldon. We do take pictures of our Thanksgiving meals, he said. Sheldon smiled at Larry again. Larry was my favorite, he said. Look, see? Uncle Vern gave me the drumstick. They thought there were turkeys that were alive. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Now I missed it. In our family, it is an honor to get a Thanksgiving drumstick. Sheldon stood up straight and tall. The drumstick is what King gets, he said real proud. I thought about that. I've never gotten a drumstick, I said real disappointed. Me neither, said my friend Herbert. My mother says if she gives me the drumstick, I'll slop it on the tablecloth. Sheldon beamed. My Uncle Vern didn't care if I slopped it, he said. Whoa, I'm sorry. Don't get dizzy. I moved the camera. Oh my gosh. My Uncle Vern didn't care that I slopped it, he said. He just told me, enjoy it, Sheldon. And here is something else I love about Thanksgiving at Uncle Vern's, he said. Before we eat, we all hold hands around the table. We squeeze each other's hands 3 times. He joined his hands together and he showed us how to squeeze. One squeeze, two squeezes, three squeezes. He said 3 squeezes stand for 3 special words. He looked around the room. Can anyone guess what the 3 special words are? He asked. Room 1 thought and thought, but we could not come up with the 3 special words. Finally, Mr. Scary put his hands on Sheldon's shoulder. He smiled down at him. I love you, he said. Sheldon stood there for a second, then he smiled kind of shy. Well, I love you too, he said. But can you guess what words the 3 squeezes stand for? Mr. Scary stood there very frozen. He did not make any more guesses. And so finally Sheldon blurted out, Happy Turkey Day! Sheldon, the 3 squeezes stand for Happy Turkey Day. And so that's how come we always name the turkeys. Because they make our Thanksgiving Day happy and delicious. And we don't ever want to forget them. I thought that over in my head. Room 1 thought it over too. Then all at once we started to clap. Because that is the nicest way to remember a turkey that we've ever heard of. Sheldon looked at his Thanksgiving pictures again. Good old Larry from last year, he said kind of quiet. Mr. Scary smiled. Then he walked to the board, picked up his chalk, and he wrote on the board, number 11. Good old Larry from last year. Room 1 clapped some more. Good old Sheldon Potts. Oh my gosh. Chapter 9. Socks and Other Surprises. Wednesday. Dear First Grade Journal, today is the day for the Thanksgiving feast in Room 1. All the children had to dress up like pilgrims or Native Americans at the first Thanksgiving. And so that is how come I told Mother, do not make me a pilgrim costume, and I mean it. She wrote that in huge letters, look. She wrote it real big, like, I could not have been louder, by the way. Only, what do you know? Mother says she forgot I told her that. Plus also, she gave me a costume job to my grandma, Helen Miller. Oh, she gave the costume job to my grandma, Helen Miller. So big surprise, this morning Helen brought the costume to my house. And oh no, it was a stupid pilgrim dress. I did a shriek at that thing. Then I ran down the hall, out the back door, and I hid behind the trash can next to the steps. Mother found me speedy fast. Then me and her dad a little... What? And then me and her dad... Not dad. That's what I was messing up. Okay. Me and her had, not dad. She writes kind of funny. Had a little tussle. I'm so sorry. And what do you know? Now I'm sitting in my chair at school. And I'm wearing a stupid pilgrim dress. This is the worstest day of my entire school career. Your friend Junie B. I do not want to be a pilgrim, and I mean it. I slumped in my seat and real gloom. Then bam! The morning got even worse. On account of May came running into the room. She was dressed like a Native American Indian girl. And that is what I wanted to be. I slumped lower in my chair. May hurried down our row, and she poked me in the arm. Hello, Junie Jones. Hello, she said. Look at the Thanksgiving costume my mother made for me. I am a Native American Indian girl. She poked me again. Look how great this costume is. Look at the fringe at the bottom of my dress. Look at the beads around the collar. Look at my cute moccasins. Look at the long braid in my hair. I turned my face away from her. Look at the back of my head, I said. May ran around in front of me. Guess what my name is, Junie Jones? My name is Chief May. Chief of everybody. And I will be bossing around the Native Americans at the feast today. Plus I will be bossing around the pilgrims too. Oh no. After that, she looked me over. Let's see, it looks like you're a little pilgrim girl, she said. A little pilgrim girl is not the chief of anyone, is she? A little pilgrim girl is just a girl. She did a smirk. What is your name, little pilgrim girl? Do you have a name? I made squinty eyes at her. My name is Get Out of My Face, Chief Nutball, I said back. I do not know where I came up with that great name. These things just come to me. May frowned her eyebrows. I think your name is Pilgrim Grouchy, she said. After that, she swung her hair long braid in my face. She sat down in her seat. Just then Mr. Scary came hurrying into the room. He had been talking to someone in the hall. His face beamed at our costumes. Boys and girls, you look so great in your Thanksgiving outfits, he said. We are going to have the best time with our families today. He held up one finger. And don't forget, today the office is going to announce who won the thankful contest. I did a loud groan. Great, I grouched. I already hottish and sweatish. Now all I need to do is win a pie and vomit. Suddenly a loud noise interrupted my grouching. Tap, 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 tap. It was coming from the hall outside room 1. All of the children ran to see. Whoa! It was the principal. He was hammering a nail in our door with his shoe. All of our mouths came open at that sight. I cannot believe my eyeballs, I said, real shocked. If a nail a hole in our door, I would get sent to the principal's office. I looked at Mr. Scary. You know that's true. By the way, I said, I have been sent for way less than that. Sheldon raised his hand. How come you're doing that, Principal? He asked. How come you're nailing a hole in our door with your shoe? Just then his eyes glanced down at the principal's sock foot. Whoa, what kind of socks do you have on there? He asked real curious. Sheldon quick got his hands and knees and closer to get closer. He raised his eyebrows. Are those knee socks? He said, my grandpa Ned Potts wear knee socks. I got my hands and knees too. My grandpa Frank Miller wears those kind of socks too, I said. We call them old man socks. Principal's face looked embarrassed at us. He said to please get away from his sock foot. Then he quick put his shoe back on. After that, he did a deep breath to settle down. Then surprise! We're crooked. Oh no, that's not the surprise. He pulled out a giant blue ribbon and he hung it right on the door on the door nail. They won the contest! Oh, look. Can you see that well? Look, there's the ribbon. Wow. I can't believe they won. Congratulations to you, Room 1, he said real happy. You won the first place in this year's thankful contest. All of Room 1 stood up very still for a minute. That is called we were in a daze, I believe. Then boom, we jumped and clapped and danced and yelled. We won! We won! We won! We yelled. Mr. Scary's face looked thrilled at us. I know you could do it, he said. I told you that you were a special group. Me and Herbert linked our arms together and we skipped in a happy circle. We won, Junie B. Oh, jeez. I guess I was excited too that they won. We won a giant first place blue ribbon and a big pumpkin pie. Then screech! All of our skipping came to a stop because we remember the vomit part. That's why Herb and I looked sickish at each other. Then all of the other children looked sickish too. Oh no, we said, pumpkin pie! We have to eat pumpkin pie! But then, good old Lenny came to the rescue because he already had the whole thing figured out. Don't worry, everyone. I got a plan, he said, very excited. He pointed to the back of the room. We got a giant cleanup sink back there, remember? All of us looked at the cleanup sink. So, we said, Lenny grinned. So if anyone makes us eat pie, we'll just put it in our mouth, then run to the cleanup sink and quick spit it out, he said. All of room 1 thought for a second, then, woo! A big breath of relief. Whoosh! Right out of us. Because spitting pie in the cleanup sink is a genius, of course. I thought they were gross. Yeah, it's gross. Who's going to clean that? Ugh. Hooray for Lenny! That guy thinks of everything. Chapter 10. Naming stuff. I'm going to have to stop because it's 26 minutes. We only have 3 more chapters, so I'll make another video. Don't go away. Stay tuned.